It's a shame she's so shocked. Our next comic is actually my co-producer for the Comedy Nuggets show. And it's just about the funniest damn guy I've ever seen get angry. Everybody, give me a lot of love for Luke Lynndale.
How's everybody doing? Awesome. So I want to tell you guys about, anybody bought a new car recently? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bought a new car. Wow. It's so exciting, right? When you buy a new car, it's all exciting. You're just excited you found the car you want. And then it takes 4 hours to do the paperwork. Like, what the fuck is happening? I guess you're stuck there doing paperwork. You know, I had jaw surgery last year. They asked me 8 questions. For the paperwork, there was 8 pages. It's just crazy, you know? Like, I could run a marathon in 4 hours. Instead, I'm deciding between a coupe and a hatchback. A woman could be giving birth, be in labor for 4 hours. And instead, I'm deciding, why does a sunroof exist? It takes 3 carpenters 4 hours to build 3 bookcases. And I'm deciding whether I want to have rust-proofing or not. A surgeon gives a coronary bypass to a heart transplant in 4 hours. Give someone life! I'm getting carpal tunnel after I signed my signature 6,000 times! It takes 4... No. I'm saying 4 hours is a long time. You could fly to Aruba. In 4 hours, I could be in Aruba. I could be on the beach loving Aruba. Instead, I'm talking to this guy about why I want to have a warranty. I don't know. It's a good idea. Sign me up. I don't know why it takes so long. By the time I'm finished with the paperwork, I don't even remember what car I'm buying. I don't know what it is. You tell me. And then I always go to the same dealership. And there's a guy there, Brad. I don't like Brad, but Brad thinks I like him. Because I always buy my car from Brad. So Brad asks me all these questions. I've been to the dealership before, Brad. I have the same name. My birth date has not changed. And this woman here, yeah, that's my wife. My marital status is the same. Look, she's wearing the same winter jacket as last time. Brad. Jesus Christ, Brad's, oh, he's the worst. Brad is just the worst guy. I think it's done everywhere, but Brad has like his own special touch about it. But then when you end up with the car, what happens, right? You realize what happens after you finish the paperwork, the irony is that they don't even get the car. You don't get the car straight away. You've essentially bought paperwork. That's what you get to leave with. Thank you very much for the paperwork. Oh, see you later. I'm good for tonight. Thank you very much. Oh, how'd the car buying go? Well, I got all this paperwork. It's great. Look at that. And why is it that sometimes you sign and sometimes you initial? It's like they're just mixing it up, right? Oh, here you sign, here you initial. Is there any reason for that? No, it's just fun to fuck you up. Whatever you like, go ahead. And why am I signing next to things I don't want? Like, this doesn't happen in other places. I'm not at a restaurant. Oh, okay, yes, of course. I won't have the steak frites. Oh, yes, the barbecue chicken wings. Not that either. Okay. What the fuck is that? You don't sign next to things you don't want. Let me sign what I want. Like, why am I doing this? And then they go talk to the manager, right? They're like, hey, yeah, he signed everywhere he didn't want to. It was hilarious. Anyways, so I bought a car, but my wife gets the car, so I have to take the TTC. Yeah. Does everyone like the TTC? Yeah, the TTC is good, except what I don't like is the bus driver's switchover. Do you know what that is?
Oh, yeah.
When you're on the bus, and it's a perfectly good bus driver, and then the bus stops randomly, and then the perfectly good bus driver exits the bus, and then another perfectly good bus driver replaces the aforementioned perfectly good bus driver. And they look the same, these people, right? Why do they look the same? It's the same person. You're like, you want to get upset with the person, and you're like, no, that's the same person. Like, what do? Do they start off looking the same, or do they just end up that way afterwards? All right, well, you're going to have to wear this jacket and this shirt, and oh man, women, who cares? You're getting that haircut. Off you go. Let's go. We wouldn't want people to recognize you when you replace the other bus driver. We want it to be very seamless. Get in there. Okay. And then what happens when the replacement bus driver, when you're there at first and it starts off, you're like, oh, okay, the bus driver is stopped randomly. Oh, that's weird. Well, whatever. Oh, they're moving a little bit. Cool. And you're always sucked in, right? Okay. Like picking up his bag. Oh, whatever. Sure. Cool. Sounds good. Then they leave the bus. The person who's in charge of taking you to your destination now has left the bus. They've exited the bus. And you have moved from passenger to hostage. You are stuck in the bus. You're like, what the hell is going on? I'm in the bus and nothing's happening. I'm supposed to be going to work, but I can't go anywhere because there's no bus driver. And then you're just sitting there, and all of a sudden, at one point, you're like, okay, it's been like 5 minutes, that's cool. The replacement bus driver is late. Where is the replacement bus driver? Who knows? So you're just sitting there, okay. And at one point, you're thinking, no one's coming. No one's coming, I'm stuck in the bus. I'm a hostage in the bus. I'm in Toronto in the bus and I'm stuck. It's like I'm on an island in the bus in Toronto. What the hell is happening? I'm just stuck there. No, I'm gonna call my wife. I'm stuck. Where are you? I'm in Toronto. I know, it's crazy. I can't get out. And the logic is that, okay, you're in the bus, and the reason we lock the bus is because we don't want anybody stealing the bus. However, the bus is full of people who could steal the bus. And when do they do it, right? When do they do it? At rush hour. Great, let's do it right now. It's 8:45, no one's in a rush here. Please replace the bus driver and take 15 minutes. So they do that. And then you're thinking, wait a second, this is rush hour. This isn't pause hour. We're in a rush. This is the opposite to rushing. Stopping isn't rushing. You have to be moving. And they're like, well, we need a break. We need these guys to take a break. But when they're at the light and nothing is happening, and the light is taking extra long, isn't that a break? Aren't you breaking?